give it up for Maddie in the wheelchair of death. So she be rolling. Let's give it up for Greer for having the most unique name. Hey, who's excited about getting baptized? I think that's Hannah. Yes. Wait.
Let me take a selfie.
So that is my impression of every selfie that every girl in this room and Colin has taken. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, one more time, John.
Let me take a selfie.
Oh, somebody has done that before, I promise you. So I found this app, and you can make 10-second music videos, and I have done 27 of them. You have not seen them all, I promise you that. Oh. Yes, it is free. It's really cool. It's called Musically? Musically. Hi, John. All right, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? How do you guys like this new area? For you that are, it's only been your first time, your second, or your third time, we outgrew our space, and we are now in this new area. So one thing that we need to do is, I know John will talk about this, but we need to start thinking about what to call this place. So keep thinking it in your mind. All right. We got some announcements. Everybody, let's give it for Annika. Hey, before you go, hey, John, somebody said the complex. Wah, wah, wah.
Okay, guys, or girls, not guys. So next Friday, May 30th, Kirsty is going to be doing a makeup technique class here at the church, and at 6 o'clock is when we'll actually start the class, and then at 5 o'clock there will be snacks and hors d'oeuvres and whatnot. So if you know that you for sure can make it, there's going to be a list going around, so if you can put your name down, Kirsty will appreciate it very much. May 30th, next Friday.
It's the next Friday. Last day of school, correct? Oh, it's the last day of high school, right? Oh, because you're smart? All right. Everybody else, also get out your phones really quick. Get your phones out. Get your phones out. Get your phones out. Go to your, I would say the same thing. Go to your calendars, and you will go look at June the 6th. June the 6th. What is that? The last day of what? June 6th is the last day of school. All right, whatever. June 6th is the lock-in. Put it in your guys' phone right now. The lock-in. Yes. John, it's hot in here. Okay. Hey, what time does it start, John? At 10 o'clock. At night. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. So that's going to give you enough time to go see whatever movie you want to see at 6. What movie is it? What is that? All right. All right, so here's another thing. All right, does anybody know what's going on Sunday? Shh. The youth is doing worship. Here's what I need. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 10 volunteers that are going to be here both are going to be here at least. Actually, I need 20 probably. They're going to be here first or second service or both. What we're going to do on this is you guys are going to be communion station reps. Something Spencer talked to me about yesterday, John. I know I'm throwing it on you at the last second. And you guys are going to basically, one's going to hold the bread, one's going to hold the juice, and you're going to have to say something a little differently. So come see me after church, and we'll talk about it, or after tonight, after Remix, and we'll talk about it. But we need 10 people at all to do it. So if you carry over, if you say both services, that'd be great. Yes. Yes, you can. So we'll work it out, but this is really going to be a really cool moment where you're going to be serving the adults, because this is pretty much, if you guys didn't know this, a completely student-led, pretty much, except for John, worship. So they're going to do worship. We got kids that are going to do communion. Let's give it up for those people that are going to do it, because that's going to be scary. I won't tell you who it is either. Besides that, so great opportunity to invite your parents if they don't come, to say, hey, come check out what I do on Wednesday nights. Kind of see who the people that impact my life and how weird that Ryan guy is, because I'm extremely weird. I've come to the realization after this 10-second app on my phone. Okay, so besides that, I need everybody to stand up. Where are you going? Okay. All right, everybody, we need to shake it out a little bit. Let's get it moving. Let's get it moving. Let's get it moving. Everybody say, let's get it moving, Maddie. All right, let's move those arms. Let's get some energy moving. Get some energy moving. All right, everybody go. Not to the left. Not to the right. Not to the left. I love how like 5 people are doing it. It's awesome. All right, shake it out, guys. All right, what we're going to do, the last announcement I have for you before we do a little bit, before we get ready for worship is, in 2 weeks, you guys need to come up with as many challenges as you can do that me and John will participate either against each other or alongside each other. No beard shaving contest. All right, you can either send us a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, text message. I do now. Okay, and so I just did like 5 minutes ago. Or you can just come tell us. Here's a prime example. Have you ever seen egg roulette? It's where you take a dozen eggs. 6 eggs are hard boiled, 4 are not. Oops. Sorry. I didn't graduate high school. So then you take them and you bash them across your head. The first one to have 2 hit their head. So those are things that me and John are going to compete against each other. So you need to come up with the most cruel but yet cool challenges. All right. Yes. Once you fill out this paper for Kirsty, give it back to Annika. You send it either to John or myself. Send it to John. Oh, my goodness. That's going to hurt. All right, so here we go. And then we're going to put them on a wheel, and we're going to spin them. Yes. It's called the Wheel of Death. All right. So we're going to start worship a little early tonight because we started a little early. But first, I want everybody coming in this area. I need everybody to come in this area. Everybody come to the front. I'm going to stand up here because this is really scary. Don't get on the stage, Tristan. All right. All right, that's cool. In a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit. You probably want to get them up here. All right, guys. Hey, John, can I get some mood lighting? Kind of worship set. Just set it for worship. I know. All right, guys. I want you guys to look around real quick. I want you guys just to look around. This is your space. You need to own this space. Because we had a lot of fun up in that room, right? We had some good moments. We thrown Colin. We duct taped Colin. People found Jesus in there. I'm being serious. We found, people decided to dedicate their lives. We've had a great moment up there. But this is your guys' space. Own it. Be the 67th in this place. Hey, guys, give me a few seconds. This is serious. We're going to prepare our minds. But this is your time to be great. When we come up here, this is going to be your worship space. And we've all had great weeks. We've had some tough weeks. We've had some stressful weeks. At this moment, this is where you can give it all to God. I want you to look down at your feet. Look at where you're at. This is your moment to be amazing. A perfect moment to stand here by yourself with nobody around you and focus on the most greatest thing that we have, and that's God's love. This room one day, what John and all the leadership's vision is that it is packed out, but for that to happen, you have to own this room with your Christianity. You have to own it with your love. Look at each other in this room. Just look at each other right now. Everybody just look at each other. You are here because somebody loved you. You're here because somebody invited you. And more importantly, you're here because God came into your heart. So remember this night as the first night in whatever we call this room, but this is the night that we decide to own this space. This isn't a room that we just borrow. This is your room on Wednesday nights. Love it, cherish it, and own it. And worship God like you've never worshiped him before. And we're going to do great things through God. God's going to go, he's going to do great things through everybody. But I want you guys to enjoy this space. Embrace this group. Because a lot of you are here because somebody invited you because they knew that you needed something. And some of you were invited and didn't like it at first and then liked it. And some of you were just crazy from the beginning. That was like, oh my gosh, I got a Bible. There we go. So this is the first room that DJ ever came into was this room. And he hasn't left yet. So, like I said, guys, just own this space. I'm going to pray over you guys and be great. Be amazing. Do great things. And we're going to have a lot of fun in here, right, Jordan? Yeah. Jordan's excited. How do you feel, Jordan? Excited. Okay. Colin, how do you feel? Brendan, how do you feel?
I'm excited.
He has a box now. This is his room. So, how do you feel, Kylie? Avery?
Good.
All right. All right, let's pray, guys. Father God, we thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to come together, to be one, to be a family. Over the next few minutes, God, I just ask that you, like we always say, that you just let it go. To take all of our burdens and to give it to you, God. God, I pray a blessing over this room, God, that we can do amazing things through you in this room, that you can empower us, you can fill us with your spirit to do great things. Is it to uplift our friends, to bring somebody out of a dark hole, or just to encourage somebody? God, I ask that you give them the ability and wrap everybody with your aroma of your spirit. God, we are so blessed to have an opportunity to be around such amazing young men and women, God. God, I pray that you let them see that and that they know that they are great and that they are going to do amazing things through you, God. God, we have a moment of happiness in this room with somebody that's going to dedicate their life to you tonight, God. We have some people in this room that are struggling in faith. We have some people that are struggling with their parents and struggling with school or just struggling with themselves, God. And I just ask that you wrap them and you hold them and you strengthen them. God, be with the worship band tonight while they lead us to songs of praise to you, that we worship with all of our heart and all of our soul, God. God, be with John. Help him bring the message that you need him to bring, God. Be able to speak through him with every word that is perfectly placed on his tongue, God. God, you are great. You're beautiful. You created this amazing place that we get to share, God. But it's not going to be as great as that one day that we get to meet you in your land in your beautiful land that you call heaven, God. God, we are so thankful. And Remix said, amen.
the Savior. Wounded heart to life made, or every human heart will declare as one. Great is the love of the Savior. Lord, of endless light, let your glory shine forever. All the earth It covers us. Your love is fierce, your love is strong, it's glorious. Your love is sweet, your love is wide, it's waking hearts to life.
mention of your name. Jesus, your name is power, breath and living water, searching marvelous mystery. Yeah. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. With all creation I sing praise to the King of Kings. You are my everything, and I will adore you. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. With all creation I sing praise to the King of Kings. You are my everything, and I will adore you. mountains rise, my soul rests in your embrace, for I am yours, and you are mine.
Father, thank you for this time that you've given us to come and enter in your presence. I thank you for this new space, Lord. I pray that we would use it efficiently, Lord. I pray that you bless every single one of these kids, Lord. I pray that you would love on them, that you would let them know how much you appreciate them, God. We say that you are worthy of our praise, of our time, God, of everything that we have. Pray that you bless the rest of tonight's service, Lord, that you would be in the service, and that you would have your way. In your name we pray, amen.
Throughout history, man has marveled at the vast complexities of the universe. Without a single unified voice, humanity has been left searching for answers to the unknown. Now, one man has the power to change that, to spread his voice for all mankind to hear. One man who just happens to be 6'6", loves to rock, and he is Harry. That man is John.
Group, not because, actually, can somebody grab this table right here and bring it to me? Aaron, would you grab that table and bring it to me? Not because we want to have a big youth group or so that we can say we've got the biggest youth group in Cabot or wherever, but because these seats are empty chairs of people that need to hear about Jesus. And so you need to get a butt in that seat. Next week, we can do it. How many of you actually invited somebody to come? You don't have to raise your hand, but you actually invited somebody to come. Even if they didn't come, it doesn't matter. But thank you, Aaron. By the way, y'all get up for Aaron. But I want you to invite people. It's not hard. Just, hey, you want to come to Remix with me on Wednesday? What's that? Why don't you just come on Wednesday and find out? It's easy enough. If they say no, okay, the next day, ask them, hey, why don't you come to Remix with me on Wednesday? What's that? Just come with me and find out. Ask them until either they tell you to shut up, they punch you, or they come. One or the other. That's easy. I mean, they'll either come with you on Wednesday night, or they'll tell you to leave them alone and they'll never be your friend again. And the next day, you're going to go. But we want you to bring them here. Now, I will say this. Please be patient with us in this room. Somebody came up to me and was like, man, we're missing the warehouse because this isn't our space. Yes, it is. It is our space. We're going to make it our space. It's going to take some time. We're going to add some stuff along the way, kind of like we did with the warehouse. For those of you that remember when we started up there, all we had was black paint. And we'll add stuff along the way. So I want you guys to make this your own. Make this your place. This is This is your space. This is your building. Nobody else uses this on Wednesday night anymore. Well, they're doing a grief session, but that's okay. It's just the kids. Another thing, if you aren't here, or if you don't come on Sundays, be here on Sunday. Sunday's a big day for Remix. We know all of our worship band's going to be leading. I'm preaching. We got guys leading communion, the whole shebang. So you guys make sure that you're here and be a part of this. All right, so let's get into this. You should have some chair Bibles on your chairs. If you don't have a Bible, make sure you grab that. If you don't have one for your own personally, please hang on to that, make it yours, write your name in it, take it home. So we need a name for this place. What was the one that was suggested? The complex. That sounds really weird.
I have a complex.
Your mom sounds really weird. The Jesus Cave. Let's make it not lame. So here's what you do. Figure it out. Figure out some names, suggest some names. Put it on Instagram or wherever. Do what? Renew. It's a great name. We should name the church Renew. It's awesome. Callie. What? That's kind of cool. Warehouse 67. Pretty cool. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Thinking on your feet there, Callie. I like that. Warehouse 67 isn't a show.
Warehouse 13, it's
Way
on
to open your
here.
mouth, Brittany. Good job. All right, so I figured that with the new venue and everything kind of being different, we would talk about we would kind of revisit what Remix is all about. So now let me tell you this. They're scattered amongst us, and you may not know it because they weren't here all the time, but fifth graders will be transitioning, those of them that are going into sixth grade next year. They're going to be transitioning up here, and I need you to do me a favor. I need you to treat them like they've been here from day one. Okay? Because here's what it is. Remember this. You were at one time a fifth grader, or you were at one time new to this group. And we don't want them to feel the way that maybe you guys felt when you first got here. That it was too big or whatever. In fact, the Mayweather chase too on the way. But no, I want you guys to make them feel welcome. That's what we want you to do. Make them feel welcome. Make them feel like they're a part of this group. We got a bunch coming in, guys. So we need you to make them feel like they belong here. They will come in, and one thing that we're going to do at the lock-in, we're actually going to, that night, starting out, we're going to have a service, just like we do on Wednesday nights, where we're going to invite those fifth graders that are transitioning to sixth grade to come in and hang out with us. We're going to do it just like we would on a Wednesday night, so they kind of get an idea of what's going on. So when they come in here the following Wednesday, because they'll be in here the second Wednesday in June, they won't feel so awkward. All right? Hold on, let me do this. So that's what I want you guys to do. All right, 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. Oh, I hope this is mine. Jordan, if it's not, that's weird. Whatever. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. Really? 2 Corinthians 5:17. Are you sure you're in 2 Corinthians, Colin? There you go. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Once you're there, say woo! Woo! All right, perfect. Let's go. 2 Corinthians 5:17 reads like this. Oh, I should have said woo, DJ. 5:17 says, Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old is gone, the new is here. Let's pray. God, you're awesome. We're so thankful to be a part of what you're doing here at Remix. This has nothing to do with me, has nothing to do with anything but what you are doing in this place through these students. God, I'm honored and humbled to be a part of what's happening. God, I pray tonight as we revisit what Remix is all about and where we started and what we kind of went through. God, I pray that you would burn that fire in us even stronger than it already is. If there are people in here that don't have that fire for Remix and for you, God, that would be started tonight. We love you. Thank you in your name. Amen. All right, so we're going to cover a couple things. The main thing is we just want to revisit what Remix is all about. By the way, if you have your phone, stop texting me during service. Where are you? Stop texting me during service. So for those of you that don't know, I mean, some of you have been new since the last time you've come since the last time we talked about this. Some of you have probably heard what we're about to talk about 2 or 3 times. But with everything being new and starting over like this, I wanted to kind of let you know what Remix was all about. Kind of where we came from and what we're going to do. The first thing I want to do is I want to tell you where Remix came from. Remix came from this verse right here. 2 Corinthians 5:17. That's our verse for the group. That's where the word Remix came from. And basically what it's saying is that if you're in Christ, if you have a relationship with Jesus, God basically remixes your life and you start over. And you get to have all things new. Your life is new. This is the old is gone, the new is coming. That's what it's about. We want people to come in so their lives can be changed. We want you to come to know Jesus and know that he basically takes all that stuff away from you and you start over. And we want those people that come through these doors, when they walk in here, by the time that they walk out, when they make that decision to say, you know what, I want Jesus to change my life, that he will do it. And he'll take their sins, he'll take their mistakes, and he'll make them all go away. And we're not saying it's going to make life easy. We are saying that it will be new. And that's what God promises us. We want to take the promise and tell everybody about God and tell everybody about what he can do in their life. Because this message is not just for, this remix is not just for us. This is not just our group name. This is what we're about. You want to know what the ultimate heart of what Remix is this, is that God loves them so much that he gave his only son to die on the cross. So that if they believed in him, they could have everlasting life. That when they come here, their troubles, their problems, they're all new. It's different. Nothing's the same. But what is Remix? Well, Remix is a place that you guys can come and be who you are. The real you. You can come in and be exactly who God made you to be. See, because when we first started saying that, I had to be careful because, I even have to now, because you'll say, oh, well, God made me a jerk. No, he didn't. God didn't make you a jerk. You choose to be a jerk. Oh, well, God made me to be, to use drugs. No, he didn't. You chose to use drugs. God made you to be perfect in his image, in his likeness. Does that mean that we have to be perfect? No. We don't always have to be perfect. We're going to make mistakes. But what we want you to do is be able to come in and be the real you, whoever God created you to be. That's who we want you to be. That's who we want you to come in and feel comfortable being who you are. Now, when you come into this place, that's why when you come in here and you hang out, we want you to be as crazy as you can be. And we don't want you to be disrespectful and, creep people out, but be you. Be who you are. You should be able to come in here and be comfortable in who you are. Because so many places want you to be fake. So many places want you to be this microphone's getting on my nerves. Punch it. Look. Jesus, I pray for Chandler. Pray for Chandler that whenever I hit him, he won't be seriously injured. Just enough to remember to shut up when I'm talking. But when you come here, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to be who you are. But we don't want you to stay, something that Renew says so well that I think Spencer does, that makes a good job of, or says a good job of, is he says, we want you to come as you are, but we don't want you to stay that way. We're not asking you when you come in here to be this perfect person. But we want you to work towards being exactly who God wanted you. Being exactly the way God made you. That it's not just, oh, well, this is who I am. No, we want you to be who God made you to be. That's what we're all about. A place to come in and be you. The real you. Who is Remix? Well, obviously, we are Remix. Basically, it's a group of students who are passionate about telling people about Jesus. Who are passionate about telling people about Jesus. Turn your Bibles to Matthew chapter 28. Matthew's the first book in the New Testament. 28th chapter. We're going to go verse 16 through 20. All right, here we go. Matthew 28, 16 through 20 reads, it says, Then the 11 disciples went to Galilee, to the mountain where Jesus had told them to go. When they saw him, they worshipped him, but some doubted. Then Jesus came to them and said, All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore go, make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I've commanded you. And surely I'm with you always to the very end of the age. Jesus told his disciples to go and tell everybody about him. Here's what I want you to understand about who we are. And we'll talk a little bit more about this. But we are not a group that says we're not going to tell this type of person about Jesus because we don't want that kind of person in here. I had somebody tell me that one time because they were like, we're inviting these guys, and I was like, well, invite them. And they go, no, you don't really want them here. I was like, why? I said, well, they're a lot of trouble. That's why we want them here. We want them here. I don't care if they sell drugs. I want them here. I don't care if they get in trouble on a daily basis. I want them here. Why? Because they're at a point in their life that Jesus needs to make a change. They need to allow Jesus to change them to who they're supposed to be. That's why they need to be here. They need to be here so that they can hear that whoever is in Christ is a new creation. They need to hear that Jesus was sent by God, God's only Son, to give his life for them. We're not a group that thinks you have to look a certain way or act a certain way or be a certain type of person. If you look around, we have people from all different types of lifestyles. We're a little, we all look the same. I'd love a little diversity, besides just, one or two people. I would like to see a diverse community of students. But that doesn't mean just race. That means lifestyle. That means home life. That means that every choice that they make, the things that they do, whether they're an athlete or a cheerleader or a goth or whatever, I don't even know what's out there anymore. Hipster, that's me. No, I'm just kidding, I'm not really a hipster. I'm too old and fat to be a hipster. 6'6" hipster. Hey, my daughter did say I had Justin Timberlake hair. That kind of made me feel cool for a minute.
And then she said, "Psych."
Johnny Bravo on Cartoon Network. Kind of offends me a little bit that you think of Johnny Bravo. I'm just kidding, it doesn't really. But we want people from all walks of life. Look, man, I don't care if you're black, white, purple, green, or yellow. I don't care if you know Jesus, you've been in church before, or you've never been, you don't even know, you've never heard of God. I don't care if you sell drugs or you've lived a perfect life. I don't care if you sleep around. I do not care who you are. I do not care what they are or who they are. I want them here so that God can work in their life. So that their life can be changed through his gospel. Let me tell you this. I tell you guys this all the time. They are not going to come because of me. They're not going to come because of Ryan. They're going to come because of you. They're going to be here because you told them about Jesus. They're going to be here because you decided to be the 67. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit more, or in a minute. But that's who we are. We are the 67. This shirt that we wear is not just a fun hashtag. It's who we are. This is Remix, guys. We are the 67. This has become our lifestyle. It's become everything that we're about. So much so that when I went to South and North over the last 2 weeks for Just Club, I spread the word about what we're doing. because I feel like every church should have this same lifestyle, that they are the 67th book of the Bible. I should be able to tell everything about God by looking at you. I should be able to know exactly how much God loves me by looking at how you act towards me. Your friends should know that too. We are the 67th is not just something that we say or that we put so that we can have a whole bunch of posts from Instagram or Twitter. It is who we are. We are the 67th. This won't be one of these things that next year we'll come up with a different hashtag. As long as I am here, this will be who Remix is. And I hope whoever takes over after me when I die will come in and do the same thing. Notice I said when I die, because I really don't plan on leaving. God's going to have to physically drag me out of this church for me to ever leave. No. This is who we are. We are the 67. We're not going to have the coolest games. You know, we're probably not going to have this, whatever, I don't really know. We're not going to have all the cool stuff that everybody else has. You know, we were talking about it last night. We were talking about, do we want to bring games back? And I was like, no, I don't want to bring games back. Not on a weekly basis. Why? Because I want to get to doing what we're about. We're about worshiping God. We're about loving others. We're about telling people about Him. We are the 67th as a lifestyle. It is exactly who we are. It is exactly what we will always be about, no matter what. That will never change. But being the 67th can't just be something where you say, oh yeah, I'm going to tell my friends about Jesus. That means that every day, every moment that you walk on this earth, that you are awake, you should be the 67th. You should let your family know. I know a lot of you in here deal with parental units that really just make you mad. Get over it. You have no choice but to do what your parents tell you to do. You should respect them. That's part of being the 67th. You should let your parents know that no matter what, you show them the love of Christ. You show them the love of God. Because I promise you, when you do and you start acting different, your life will be different at home. And your parents will take notice. This is not something that we live this lifestyle just at school. This has to be every moment of every day. With your brothers and sisters, with your friends, with your parents, with the people you're at school with, here at church, wherever. This is what we are. This is who we are. We take it very seriously. We want people to know that this is life-changing. That they can see, no matter what happens, no matter what's going on, whether they ever open a Bible or not, they know the story of God. They know God's love. That's what it's about. And I probably spent more time on this than I should, but I want you to understand the seriousness of what we do, of who we are. Us being the 67th is not a joke. I am not here to just have fun. Are we going to have fun? Absolutely. We're going to do, I can't wait for egg roulette. I'm not going to lie. Like, I cannot wait. I hope to goodness that Ryan busts eggs all over his head. I think it's going to be great. Can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. But at the end, I would rather spend time right here in this Bible studying about God and studying about His love so that when you walk from this place, you are changed and you can go be the change. I want you to walk away from here different. Every time. Every time. I want you to walk away different. Why is Remix here? Remix is here so that when every person walks through these doors, they know three things about us. And I don't expect you to remember all this, but I want you to understand. Renew has a thing that we call the 3 Ds. It's discover, develop, deploy. But I want you to understand that Remix is here so that when you walk in and walk out, that you have 3 things in here. Number 1 is that you become. This is Renew has the 3 Ds. Remix has the 3 Bs. Number 1 is become. Become means that we find out who God is. We don't find out who God is to us. Okay, you got to understand something. God is not something that you can say, oh, I like this part, but I don't want this part of God. I like this part, but I don't really want to, that's not God. We have to find out who God truly is. to become. We want to find out who He wants us to be and what He wants us to do. This is done through developing a personal relationship with God. That become is a part of developing the relationship. The second one is to belong. You should come here and find relationships. And I'm going to spend a couple of minutes right here and kind of hammer on a point that people have been bringing up to me, and I want to squash it right now. Okay? So I'm going to get super serious with you, more serious than I've ever been. This is a place for you to belong. This is a place for you to come in and develop a relationship with Jesus and to develop a relationship with other people. That means you're going to make friendships. You're going to find lots of friends. Some of you already have. Some of you have friends that you've brought in or they brought you, or you've developed the relationships over again a period of time. Okay? That does not mean that we are a cliquey youth group. I've heard that several times to say, oh, our youth group is developing cliques. No, it's not. Let me tell you, if our youth group is developing cliques, I'll be the first one to squash it. Let me explain to you what the difference is in a friendship and a clique. A friendship is this. Come here, Callie. Chandler, come here, stand right there. You stand right there for a second. So Callie and I are friends. We talk a lot. We hang out. We're probably, we have like one or two other friends that we hang out with on Wednesday nights, right? Okay, that's a friendship. A clique is if Chandler comes over to us and we tell him, what are you doing here? Go away. That's a clique. A clique is saying that Chandler's not pretty enough to be in our group. A clique is saying, it's true, they said it. I'm just kidding, you're pretty good. A clique is saying that Chandler's not good enough to be a part of our friendship. Okay? Just because you don't get invited to a party does not mean that our youth group is cliquey. Because you know what? I ain't been invited to no party. All y'all that have parties in here had invited me one time. I'm just saying, that's messed up, man. So if we're a cliquey youth group, you guys are the clique. You just don't like me. That's fine, whatever. Go sit down like that. No, I really don't. Because then all the parties are uncomfortable because you think you can't have fun because I'm there. It's okay. But listen, just because you don't get invited to a party, don't be offended by that. Can I tell you something? Joy and I have had people over to our house. I can't invite everybody to the church because I can't afford to feed everybody. When people come, I don't like everybody at our church. I don't. And that's true, and that's what you have to understand. You guys are not, I don't expect you to like everybody here. Honestly, there are going to be people that get on your nerves every week. That's fine. There are people in this group that get on my nerves every week, but that's fine. There's a difference in that. Because a lot of this stuff where people have come in and said, oh, this is a cliquey youth group, it's because that they didn't get invited to a party. Stop being a baby. Can I just be honest with you guys? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm being honest. Stop being a baby. Grow up. Just because you're not invited to something doesn't mean that people don't like you or that we're a cliquey youth group. It just means that maybe they just forgot to invite you. Or maybe they just threw, because honestly, Chandler had a party the other day, and he messed up and threw out an invitation to every one of his followers on Instagram, and I almost responded and said, dude, I'm coming. And I was going to crash the party. But that's the idea, that's the thing. Just because that doesn't happen, guys, don't be offended by that. Don't be offended by that. You know why? Because there are going to be juniors and seniors that throw a party that aren't going to invite 7th and 8th graders. It's just not it. That's part of it. There are going to be 6th graders that want you guys to be there, but you're probably not going to come. Why? Because you guys are on a different level. You have different friendships. There's a difference in having a friendship and building a relationship with someone and then saying to other people that want to come in and be a part of it to go, no, go away, you're not good enough for us. That's a cliquey youth group. That's not what we are. Because rest assured in this, and I will make you this promise, if we ever develop cliques in this youth group, the first person that will blow that clique up will be me. Because I won't have it. Because I'll take it on the other side. We talked about being a welcoming youth group. That's what we need to be. Those doors should always be open to everybody that wants to come in here, regardless of who they are or what they are. And if you've got a friendship, and I promise you, you want to see me mad? You guys have never really seen me mad. You want to see me mad? Let me hear of that happening. I don't want it. It won't ever happen here. Ever. I will take care of it. Why? Because when people walk through that door, they should be able to feel comfortable and be themselves. How do I know we're not a cliquey youth group? Because every visitor that we've had come through in the last 6 months that has had teenagers has commented on the people that have come up and have been so welcoming to them from Remix. In fact, we've had several visitors put that on their visitor card to go, we were blown away at how welcoming the teenagers are. Why do they feel that way? Because teenagers can be the biggest jerks. Teenagers can be the meanest people. I was that way. Let me tell you, one time I had this kid, his name is Mark Peters. And if he gets to see the video, he'll understand the story. We were all at a trip at an amusement park. And I was with my girlfriend at the time. It was me and my girlfriend and another buddy of mine and his girlfriend. We were hanging out, riding rides, and he had just come along. And I said, Mark, I'm really glad that you're coming to hang out with us, but this is really more of a couples thing that we're doing. And he left. And it took me 5 years to finally become his friend. Why? Because I was such a jerk to him at that time. That's a clique. That's a clique. To say, oh, you can't hang out with us because you don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend. That's stupid. That was me being an idiot. I want us to be a welcoming youth group, a youth group that when people come in, we're excited that they're here. We can't wait. I want you guys to look at these chairs and see an empty seat and go, man, I can't wait to put a button in the seat. I can't wait to see who's going to be here. Because had we never been like that, we would have never met Hannah. We would have never met Bailey. We would have never met Reagan. Well, I guess so. Your parents came here. You don't have choice. But we wouldn't have met Avery. We wouldn't have met all these guys that have come because either your friends invited them or you've heard about it through whatever. You came here because you were invited. I would be super sad if you weren't here. And that's the truth. I don't like it when you guys aren't here. Like, especially when we're friends on Instagram and you haven't come in a couple of weeks, I want to blow your Instagram up and go, I really miss you. Oh, you should come back. But it really is true. I feel that way. Why? Because that's what I want this community to be. So that we live this out. Remix is here so that people can belong. So we talked about becoming and belonging. And I'm sorry, guys, please don't think I was being mean. I don't want you to think that. I just want you guys to understand that has come to me several times from different people. And I want you to bring your problems to me. If you have a question about something, please come and tell me. I'm not angry that anybody brought those things up or that people have said, oh, we're this or we're that. No, because if you feel that way, I want to know why. But I want to help you understand why we're not. But also, you may be seeing things that I'm not. You may be seeing things that I've never seen before. You know, in this one, in the midst of conversations, as we've learned about what people were talking about, what they were feeling about, you know, it was kind of like one of those things where, well, that doesn't really make us a cliquey youth group. That just means we're just not, you know, we have a group of friends. That doesn't mean we're not welcoming. It's like that. I mean, I've got dude, seriously, it took me a year and a half to be friends with Ryan. You know, I mean, why? Because I don't make friends easy. I've had one best friend my whole life. Day one. It was not from day one. Day one, I wanted to kick Ryan in the knee. To belong. So more importantly, we want you to develop your relationship with God. Take it to a deeper level. But on that note, for belonging, we want you to take that level, your relationship with God, to the deepest level that it can go. You will never, ever, ever get some frou-frou story or some frou-frou message from me. I will be honest with you all the time. And if you haven't figured that out yet, figure it out now. I will be almost brutally honest. I think Monday night we were talking about how do we how would he say something to people? I can't remember what the story was coming. It was like, how do you kind of say it where you don't hurt their feelings? And I was like, I'm not really the person to answer that question, because I have a hard time of not saying stuff and not hurting people's feelings. I'm learning, but I'm very blunt. But I'm very honest with you guys. Why? Because you're not kids. You will never hear me call you a kid. And honestly, it makes me angry when people say, oh, those kids. They're not kids. You guys are closer to being adults. In fact, most of you are more mature than most of the adults that I know. Which is sad. But you guys are. I did not say that. That was not me, but I agree. I will treat you like adults. I promise you that. Why? Because I want you to have the relationship to the deepest level possible. But if I come in here and I start telling a story and I'm like, yeah, everything's great, your life is perfect, yeah, you may have some problems, but it's okay, you'll be fine. No. What good does that do? I want your relationship with God to go to the deepest level it possibly can. The last one is to be brave. We've talked about become, belong, and the last one is be brave. Be brave in spreading the gospel, telling people about Jesus. You know, I kind of shared our secret a little bit with these guys when I talked to North and South, the junior highs. These shirts that you have on, the We Are the 67, the retreat shirts, the Party Like It's Wednesday, the remix shirts, these are not just cool shirts. These are conversation starters. This is what we do. We don't start this stuff just to say, oh, this is a cool idea, let's do it. No, this has a purpose. It has a purpose behind it. Because I want you to be able to go to school and walk around and people come up to you and talk to you. You know why we did the Remix 30-Day Challenge? To make you have your Bible in your hand so people would find out why you're carrying it. Because when people come up to you and go, why are you carrying your Bible? Especially you junior hires, because you can't use lockers because somebody's stupid and brought a gun and drugs and it's stupid. Yeah. This right here, having this amongst the 10 pounds of books that you carry around with you daily, people will ask you. Yeah, we had fun with it. We took pictures, and we took pictures in the back of cop cars and hanging upside down from stuff and taking pictures with the mayor and stuff like that, surfing on a car. That was fun. That's the fun side of it. But the reality is we did this so that you will have a conversation starter. Why? Because it's awkward to go, hey, let me tell you about Jesus. Because you just can't really do that. But if they come and ask you, and they say, why are you carrying your Bible around? Well, let me tell you something, man. This is a challenge that we're doing in my youth group at church, that we carry this around with us, and you can use the fun side of it. See, man, we're taking pictures, and we're just, like finding funny places where we can have our Bible, but we're supposed to carry it around with us. And say, hey, you should come hang out with me one night on Wednesday. It's a conversation starter. For those of you that went to the winter retreat, you know that when we gave you the t-shirts, and we filled those out, I gave you the easy steps on how to tell people about God. Wear that shirt when they go, man, that's cool. Yeah, dude, this is from my youth group's winter retreat. You should come check out our youth group sometime. It's seamless. It's easy. It's not that awkward moment because they're coming to you. They're talking to you about it. We want you to deploy into your schools, to your homes, into the world. Now, the most important part of this is how is Remix here? Remix is here because of you. Because let me tell you something. If you weren't here, I wouldn't be here. If you weren't here, we wouldn't have outgrown the warehouse and had to move down here. If you weren't a part of this group, we would not have a group. And I mean that for everyone, whether it's your first time or you've been here since day one. We could not do this without you. I wouldn't want to do this without you. I've met and gotten to know pretty much everybody in this room. And I love you guys. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Girls, I think of you like my daughters. Guys, I think of you like my sons. Which means I would stink and do anything for any of you. And I'd jump in front of a moving car for you. And I mean that. I would do anything for you. Why? Because you're the reason why we're doing this right here. You're the reason why I spend 6 hours on a Wednesday night up here when I could go home and rest from a full day's work. You're the reason why that I'm going to do a lock-in in 2 weeks when I despise lock-ins. The word lock-in makes me want to hit somebody. Why? Because it's fun. We're going to have fun. We're going to stay up all night. We're going to whip cream people who fall asleep. We're going to draw faces on them if you fall asleep. I promise you, someone's going to fall asleep and is going to walk around looking like, what's the guy's name? Charlie Chaplin. Somebody's getting a Charlie Chaplin mustache, just so you know. Go Google Charlie Chaplin. It will be a permanent marker. I have a Sharpie ready for this lock-in, so everybody knows. But I say all this stuff, listen to me. I say all this stuff because I want you to understand something. We're here because of you. That means this is your group. You need to listen to me. This is your group. This is not my youth group. This is not Ryan's. This is not Susan's. This is not anybody's youth group but yours. Remix will only go as far as you take it. You understand that? You understand that we can't do anything without you participating. We will never grow unless you invite people. We will never reach your schools unless you start being the 67 on a daily basis. Because I could sit and talk to your friends for hours upon hours and invite them every day. But if they don't hear it from you, they want nothing to do with me. Because to them, I'm just some weird looking dude with a great beard. That's it. You clap for my beard, that's awesome. But guys, I mean it. Because no matter what I say, if you don't say it to them, they'll never hear it. They will never hear it. There may be one or two that come because, oh man, I really like your youth pastor. Well, that's great. I'm glad you come because you like our youth pastor. But really and truly, I want you to be here because you want to be here. Because you have found people to bring to you, to bring with you, to say, come be a part of what God is doing. Everybody pay attention. It's okay. I don't just pay attention. It's okay. We're almost done. Let the ADD calm down for just a minute. Everybody turn and say, we love you, Miss Kay. Awesome. Okay, back to what we were doing. Thanks for coming, guys. Zip it. Listen. This group is made because of you. So let me give you a little background about Remix. Remix started in 2011. We started over in the old building. It was like, what? 10 people, maybe. Okay? It's 10 people, all right? So in the course of about a year, some different things happened. We were still at 10, 15, and we got up to about 20. And then I was able to come along and be a part of this, and we still kind of stayed where we were. And, when we started, when we moved into the new building, we moved up into the warehouse, and we were running like 30, and we were like, yeah, man, this is great. This is great. But people were coming because their parents were coming to church or whatever. It wasn't really because anybody was buying in. But it's like one day, or maybe it was one weekend, when we went to Tennessee. And I took a few of you to Tennessee, and you got to be a part of a worship service. And God kind of really kicked your butt for a weekend. And the light came on. And then all of a sudden, man, this group blew up. It didn't have anything to do with me. It had anything to do with me. It's because you guys bought into what Remix was all about. You bought into what God was doing in this place. You made this group your own. And we grew. You guys understand something, that when we moved in here a year ago, just a little over a year ago, we started with 25 people. Susan, how many people do we have tonight? We've had 60 people. Guys, we've more than doubled in less than a year. That's amazing. Is that because I'm a great preacher? Heck no. Nobody cares if I'm a great preacher or not. Nobody cares. You know what it is? It's because we've had students that buy into our worship band and they've started putting in time and actually practicing and sounding great. I mean, tonight was amazing. But it's also that you guys have bought into what we're doing and you said, you know what? I want to make a difference in my school. I want to make a difference in people's lives. But it's not just in here. Here's the cool thing about it is that a part, how you know a youth group is growing is that families are coming in. And several of you have brought your parents who didn't have a relationship with Jesus and have brought them in. And man, their lives are changing. You're doing this, not me, not Ryan, not any of the leaders. This is your youth group. We will only go as far as you take us. Take this group and own it. Make it your own. Come to me with ideas. If you have ideas of, John, I want to do this. All right, cool. We may not be able to do it, but come tell me. We'll try to find a way. If you have a way that you think, man, I think this would be great, be a great way to get people in. Okay, come tell me. But here's my rule. Don't come to me with a problem, either a good problem, like you got an idea, or a bad problem, like you got like issues, like with the group, without being willing to come up with a solution. Because if you come to me and say, hey John, I really want to start going out and knocking on doors once a week to invite people. Great, you're going to lead it. Why? Because that's your idea and you need to own it. Is it because we're lazy? No. We will be with you. We'll go with you. But we want you to own it. We want you to make it yours. So that when people come in here and they know what's going on, or they don't know what's going on, they feel comfortable and they're ready to hear what God is going to do in their life. Because you guys are going to make this happen. Y'all want to go ahead and start getting ready for the... I'm ready. Is she getting ready right now? Yeah. Go get ready. Yeah. We're about to do this madness. Come on. I don't know, probably. This baptism that's going to happen tonight is a great example of what Remix is all about. Is that we are inviting people to come to church. We're inviting them to come. Their lives are being changed. And they're deciding to have a relationship with Jesus. And if they turn around and they start inviting people to come, and their lives are being changed, and they have a relationship with Jesus, and it goes back and it starts over again. This is why we do what we do. This is why we're a part of this group. Is so that lives can be changed. Guys, we are not just some fun club. We are a group full of world changers. Is everybody going to buy in? No, man. Everybody's not. But for those of you that do buy in, and you're ready to go, and you're ready to just let God have his way, man, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see what God's got in store. This room is ours. We do with it what we want. What do we want to do with it? What are you going to do with it? Not up to me. It's up to you. Everybody bow your heads and let's pray. God, you're amazing. You're a wonderful, incredible, phenomenal God. You have blessed this group beyond measure. And God, in fact, this is the best youth group in America, without a doubt. I don't even hesitate to say that because it's true. Because God, we have students that are buying in that want to be life-changing people. That they're tired of just being thought of as kids. They're tired of just being an afterthought. God, they want to start now and make a difference in everyone. God, we want to see that happen. And I pray for these students. I pray you give them strength. I pray you give them courage. Or more importantly, I pray you give them a passion for you. And a passion to see their schools, their families, and their community change. God, we love you. Thank you for what you're doing. In your name, amen. All right, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a couple minutes. just make sure that everybody's here that needs to be here, and then we'll get going when you get going. Couple things that we didn't talk about tonight. If you are wanting to go to camp, you need to hurry up and sign up, because this place is filling up. All right? So you need to sign up for camp. You need to be there, man. Don't miss camp. You're going to hate it if you go. A couple other things. One, we have all this cool equipment. Cameras, soundboard, lights, all this stuff. We need people to run it. So if you're interested in being a part of that, talk to Ryan, or look back there, the lady in the green shirt. That's Miss Carmen. Say hi, Miss Carmen.
Hi, Miss Carmen.
Miss Carmen heads all that stuff up. You tell her you're interested. Listen, if you're interested in doing this stuff, we're going to teach you how to run it and run it right. And you can even help out on Sundays. That's what we really need. We need help on Sundays too. So no better place to learn how to do this stuff than to do it here. All right? Cell phones. If you have not texted the word remix to 72727, you need to do that. We had 15 do it last week. We're up to 100 people that are in on this whole text messaging thing. That's great. Let's get them in. 72727. 72727. Remix all in capital letters. Do what? Text the word remix to 72727. Last thing, and then where did Hannah go?
She's back there.
Is everybody here? Okay. Last thing. Once this baptism is over, we need help unstacking chairs and kind of setting everything up. Please help us. Okay. That is the fun part of being in a space like this. We're going to have to make that happen every week. I'll fix that here in just a minute, Ryan. Okay. If you want to get ready to go back there so I can stop stalling and actually do what we need to do. Hey, last thing, and I'm done. I'm going to shut up and let this happen. Will you get back? Okay. Okay. All right.
Hey, Ryan, take your phone out of your pocket.
Yes, take your phone out of your pocket. That would be bad. Hey, last thing and most important thing. Listen to me. You guys are awesome. I really do mean that. I tell you, man, you guys make this the funnest thing I do besides playing with my kids and my family. You guys are amazing. I love being here and being part of this. Nice. You showing homecoming, Ryan? You guys are great. Hey, so when this is done, make sure you pick your trash up, put it in the trash can, help us unstack chairs. Stop throwing stuff, Chandler. Now. Good.
No, it was like look over here.
All right, guys, come grab a seat. We're trying to find towels because Ryan forgot his towel. Oh, that scared me. All right, come find a seat, guys. Come sit. Come find a seat, please.
Wait, you can wait. No, you can wait here. You don't have to listen to him. You got it?
Where's Jordan? Hey, Jordan, can you come move your guitar?
Wait. Watch the bathroom first and come back. No.
Hey everybody. So we have Hannah here, and I'll tell this little story. Is first time Hannah came was after we came after the retreat, and she really kind of changed me and John for a while because she comes with the most intense questions. Like she questions everything, and it's awesome. She just has such I don't know, just such a way to ask questions to really challenge John and I. And she's hit us with questions and we're like, we gotta think about that. But it's because she has she seeks for God so much. She seeks for knowledge and she wants to be such a good person. And since, I just remember that first time after we finished and she walked up and she's like, I want to be a part of the 67th, but I don't know how, but I'm gonna do it. And she's been here ever since and we just absolutely have been so blessed by that. So on that, do you have anything you want to say? All right, based off that, Hannah, do you believe that Jesus Christ is our Savior and died on the cross for us?
Yes.
And based off that, do you confess that He's your Savior and He died for you and that you're going to change your life forever?
Yes.
Based off that confession, I'm gonna baptize you and under the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and we're going to have a great old time, all right? All right.
I've never seen it.
If you can help us grab chairs and set them up, Chance, if you'll kind of direct them on how to set this up, because I know what's going on. Let's get these set up. Every chair needs to come out and be set up. Chance knows how it goes.